Aha! Surprise, surprise! Craig was right again. Well, kind of. The New York Times and others are reporting that Quibi is not doing so well. In the era of new streaming services premiering every week, none has had a weirder concept and worse timing than Quibi. Now, when I learned about Quibi at CES earlier this year, I had pretty high hopes for it. Still do, if I'm being honest. I think there is some real potential there, but it was always going to be a pretty heavy lift trying to get a fully formed, brand new streaming concept off the ground amid all the competition. So today we're going to look at what's going wrong and what Quibi might be able to do to right the ship. Here's a hint, they'll have to look to Disney, of course, and believe it or not, AT&T. So let's dive in. All right, thanks for joining us, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe if you like what we do here at Reviews.org, and if you enjoy this video, give it a like. All right, so now let's talk about Quibi, the new mobile-only streaming service. Quibi was supposed to get 7 million users in the first year and generate $250 million in revenue. At this point, with a 90-day free trial in the mix, they're at 1.3 million users. Do you think most of them are gonna stick around after the free trial? I mean, I've already canceled mine. I bet you will too. So far, I see personally no reason to stick around, and I'm willing to bet I'm nowhere near the only one. And we're going to talk about why that is. But first, a quick refresher on what Quibi is, just in case you forgot. Like I said, Quibi is the new mobile streaming service with 3 selling points. First of all, quick bites of 10 minutes or less. Unfortunately, this means that movies suck, and we also have fewer 10-minute chunks in our day now since we're all stuck at home anyway. Second is Turnstile, which is the technology that allows you to watch in either portrait or landscape mode on your phone, depending on which way you prefer. But Turnstile means that it has to be mobile only. And again, this makes it not very pandemic friendly, since we're mostly not watching as much content on our phones these days. We're switching over to our laptops and our TVs. The third selling point is celebrity-driven content. This is something that they're using a lot on Quibi, which is interesting because, frankly, and I'll get to this a little bit later, we don't really care about that anymore. All right, so the first 2 points, quick bites and mobile-only Turnstile, like I said, have been effectively neutralized by the coronavirus crisis. You can't blame Quibi for that. There's simply no way they could have foreseen that the entire country would be giving up their bus commutes, their lunch breaks at the park, and every other time when Quibi might have come in handy. So now we're all stuck on our couches or in our home offices or trying desperately to raise our little devil children who are also stuck at home. I'm fine, by the way, totally fine. How are you? Anyway, Jeffrey Katzenberg, who founded Quibi, told the New York Times, quote, "I attribute everything that has gone wrong to coronavirus. Everything. But we own it." End quote. No. It certainly didn't help, and in a perfect world, they would have put off the release. But they had raised already almost $2 billion in funding, and those investors weren't likely to sit on their hands for another year while things got back to normal. And Quibi had already spent all that money on content, so it's not like they could just return it to their investors. They were backed into a corner and had no choice but to move forward with the release. I feel for them, I really do. It was a tough spot. But the problem is deeper than just the coronavirus stuff, and you can actually point to HBO Max later this month to see what the real issue is for Quibi. See, HBO Max will debut and will be plenty successful right out of the gate. Really successful, I think. Now, why is that? Is it because they're just building off an already existing service like HBO Now? Well, yes, partly. That definitely helps. But it's also because HBO and AT&T generally has something that Quibi lacks: decent IP, or intellectual property, also known as franchises. When HBO Max launches, it will have HBO content, of course, like Westworld and 4 or 5 good seasons of Game of Thrones, but it'll also have other Warner Media properties like Friends, Rick and Morty, The Big Bang Theory, The Lord of the Rings, and on and on and on. The list is huge. Quibi has Chrissy's Court.
The cases are real, and the judgments are legally binding.
I'm fully naked under here. I think that's...
And Punk'd with Chance the Rapper. All right, so if you still don't believe me, look at the success of Disney Plus, something that's already come out a few months ago. Did they roll out Idina Menzel to make commercials about how great Disney Plus was gonna be? No, they didn't, because frankly, even though you might like her, you don't care. They said, hey look, we've got Frozen, and Frozen 2, and Star Wars, and the Avengers, and on and on and on. This is why people got so excited a week or two ago about the Hamilton musical coming up on Disney+. It's a known quantity. It's why people are still talking about The Mandalorian. And very few of us still remember that the world according to Jeff Goldblum is really a thing. That's really a thing. Celebrities just don't drive consumption the way they did when Schwarzenegger and Stallone were shooting up commies or whatever. It's all about the brand, not the star. So Quibi has stars, but they have no brands. And that's why Quibi is starting to shift their marketing. It started out marketing their cool new product and all the celebrities it was bringing to the table. But now they're concentrating much more on the shows themselves because they finally realized that if they want to get subscribers, the content is what has to be attractive. So now my question is it attractive to you? Now, I figured out pretty quickly that Quibi wasn't really for me, but maybe it is for you. I would like to hear your opinions, different strokes and all that. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Give this video a like on your way down there if you found it interesting or informative or helpful in some way. Don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy what we do. We are here nearly daily, it seems like these days, with new videos, and we'd love to have you join us there. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.